There are moments in life when people will try to make you feel weak. They will speak against you, mock you, underestimate you, abandon you, and sometimes even pray for your downfall. You may walk through situations where you feel surrounded by negativity, where every door seems closed, where every voice around you tells you that you are finished. But the believer must always remember one powerful truth. When Allah strengthens you, nothing and nobody can truly harm you. People can only do what Allah allows. They do not own your destiny. They do not control your future. They do not decide your risk, your peace, your success, or your ending. Sometimes we become too afraid of people. We fear their opinions, their words, their status, their threats, yet we forget that they themselves are weak servants of Allah. The one who controls the heavens and the earth is the same one protecting you every single day. You know, one of the biggest tricks of Shaitan is to make you believe that people are more powerful than Allah's protection. So you become anxious, you lose sleep, you overthink every comment, every betrayal, every hardship. But Allah reminds us again and again that if He intends goodness for you, nobody can stop it, and if Allah protects you, then even the greatest storm cannot destroy you. Look at the story of Musa Arabic, Tain Arabic, Lam Arabic, Yet Arabic, Ha Arabic, Alif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Sin Arabic, Lam Arabic, Alif Arabic, Meme. Imagine standing in front of the sea while Pharaoh and his army are charging towards you from behind. Humanly speaking, there was no escape. The people around Musa Arabic, Tain Arabic, Lam Arabic, Yet Arabic, Ha Arabic, Alif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Sin Arabic, Lam Arabic, Alif Arabic, Meme panicked, fear entered their hearts. They said, "We are overtaken." But what was the response of a man whose heart was connected to Allah? He said with certainty that Allah is with him and Allah will guide him through. That confidence was not arrogance. It was trust. It was yaqeen, and moments later, Allah made a way where there seemed to be no way. This is what happens when Allah strengthens a believer. The situation may look impossible to the eyes, but the heart remains calm because it knows who Allah is. My brothers and sisters, people may hurt your feelings, but they cannot destroy your soul unless you allow your connection with Allah to weaken. They may throw hatred towards you, but they cannot remove the light Allah placed within your heart. They may attempt to close doors, but Allah can open doors nobody even imagined existed. Sometimes Allah allows people to turn against you, so that you stop depending on people and start depending on Him alone. Because many of us only remember Allah deeply when the world disappoints us. When everyone walks away, suddenly our du'as become sincere. Suddenly tahajjud becomes emotional. Suddenly we cry to Allah with a broken heart, and perhaps that pain was actually bringing you closer to your Creator. You must understand something very powerful. The stronger your relationship with Allah becomes, the less power people have over you emotionally. Why? Because your peace no longer comes from them, your value no longer comes from them, your confidence no longer depends on their approval. You begin to realize that the one who created you knows your worth better than anyone else, and this dunya is temporary. The opinions of people change overnight. Today they praise you, tomorrow they criticize you. Today they stand beside you, tomorrow they disappear. If you build your happiness on people, your heart will constantly break. But if you build your heart upon Allah, then even in hardship there will be peace. Do not think that being protected by Allah means you will never cry or feel pain. Even the prophets cried. Even the prophets were tested. Even the prophets faced betrayal and hardship. But the difference is that Allah carried them through every difficulty. The pain did not destroy them, the trial elevated them. There are people listening right now who feel emotionally exhausted. You have been fighting silent battles. You smile in front of others while carrying pain nobody knows about. Perhaps someone betrayed your trust. Perhaps someone spoke badly about you. Perhaps you lost something you loved deeply. And And maybe you are asking yourself, why is this happening to me? Listen carefully. If Allah is making you stronger through this pain, then this pain is not your ending. It is preparation. Sometimes Allah removes certain people from your life because they were blocking your growth. Sometimes Allah allows hardship because He wants you to discover the strength you never knew you had. And wallahi, there is a special kind of peace that enters the heart when you truly surrender to Allah. A peace where you stop chasing revenge, a peace where you stop worrying about every enemy, a peace where you say, Ya Allah, you are enough for me. Once you reach that level of trust, people lose the ability to shake you so easily. Remember this, no evil eye is stronger than Allah. No jealousy is stronger than Allah. No plot is stronger than Allah. No enemy is stronger than Allah. The believer walks through life with confidence, not because life is easy, but because Allah is greater than every difficulty they face. So hold firmly onto your salah, hold firmly onto your dua, continue turning back to Allah even when life becomes heavy. Because the one who has Allah by his side is never truly alone, never truly defeated, and never truly broken. When Allah strengthens you, even the things meant to destroy you become the very reason you rise. There are times in life when the pain becomes so heavy that you begin to question everything. You pray, yet the problem remains. You cry at night, yet the sadness still sits in your chest. You try your best to stay strong, but one hardship after another keeps arriving at your door. And sometimes Satan whispers into your heart, making you think that Allah has abandoned you, that perhaps you are forgotten, perhaps you are being punished without mercy. But my brothers and sisters, never misunderstand the tests of Allah. The trials you face are not always meant to break you. Sometimes they are sent to build you into the person Allah wants you to become. Gold is purified through fire. Without heat, its impurities remain. And in a similar way, Allah sometimes allows difficulties to enter our lives because there are qualities within us that can only emerge through struggle. Patience cannot grow without hardship, strength cannot appear without pressure, Tawakkul cannot become real until you are placed in a situation where only Allah can help you. Look at the lives of the prophets. They were the most beloved to Allah, yet they were tested more than anyone else. Now Arabic, Tain Arabic, Lam Arabic, Yet Arabic, Hi Arabic, Khalif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Seen Arabic, Lam Arabic, Khalif Arabic. Meme preached for years and years while people mocked him. Ibrahim Arabic, Tain Arabic, Lam Arabic, Yet Arabic, Hi Arabic, Khalif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Seen Arabic, Lam Arabic, Khalif Arabic. Meme was thrown into the fire. Yaqub Arabic, Tain Arabic, Lam Arabic, Yet Arabic, Hi Arabic, Khalif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Seen Arabic, Lam Arabic, Alif Arabic. Meme cried until he lost his eyesight due to the pain of separation from his son. Yusuf Arabic, Tain Arabic, Lam Arabic, Yet Arabic, Ha Arabic, Khalif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Seen Arabic, Lam Arabic, Khalif Arabic. Meme was betrayed by his own brothers, abandoned in a well, sold into slavery, and imprisoned for something he never did. If trials were a sign that Allah hated someone, then why would the prophets face the greatest tests? The reality is that Allah tests those He loves because He wants to raise them higher. Sometimes we only see the pain of the moment, but Allah sees the wisdom of the entire journey. You may be crying over a closed door while Allah is protecting you from what was behind it. You may be grieving over a loss while Allah is preparing something greater for your future. But because we only see today, we become impatient. We ask, why me? While Allah's wisdom stretches far beyond our limited understanding. There are people who become closer to Allah through hardship in ways they never did during ease. A person may spend years distracted by dunya, forgetting salah, forgetting gratitude, forgetting their purpose. Then suddenly a trial enters their life, and they return to Allah with sincerity they never had before. Their du'as become deeper, their heart softens, their dependence upon Allah becomes real, and perhaps that hardship was actually a mercy in disguise. Do not always ask Allah, why am I being tested? Sometimes ask yourself, what is Allah teaching me through this? Because every difficulty carries a lesson. Every hardship carries purification. Every painful moment carries an opportunity to grow closer to your Creator. And let us be honest, my brothers and sisters, some of the strongest people you know today became strong because life forced them to grow through pain. The person whose words comfort others often learned compassion through their own suffering. The person who stands firm in hardship often reached that strength after surviving storms nobody knew about. Allah does not waste your tears. Allah does not ignore your pain. Every sleepless night, every silent heartbreak, every moment of patience is seen by the one who never overlooks even the weight of an atom. But the problem today is that many people expect life to be free of struggle. The moment something goes wrong, they panic. They begin to think Allah is against them, yet Allah already told us that this dunya is a place of tests. Nobody enters this world to live without trials. Rich or poor, famous or unknown, every single person carries struggles hidden behind closed doors. The difference is not who has trials and who does not. The difference is who turns to Allah through those trials and who turns away. You know, sometimes Allah delays things because your heart is not yet ready for what you are asking for. Sometimes Allah removes people from your life because they would have harmed your akhirah. Sometimes Allah allows failure because success at that moment would have destroyed your humility. We only see disappointment, but Allah sees protection. And one of the most beautiful qualities of a believer is that they continue trusting Allah even when they do not understand the plan. That is true a man. True a man is not only worshipping Allah when life is easy. True a man is remaining faithful even when life hurts. Remember Yusuf Arabic. Tain Arabic, Lam Arabic, Yet Arabic, Ha Arabic, Alif Arabic, Lam Arabic, Sin Arabic, Lam Arabic, Alif Arabic. Meme sitting in prison. Imagine how lonely that must have felt. Years passed. The injustice continued, yet Allah was preparing him for something greater beyond his imagination. The prison was not the end of his story. It was part of the process that led him to honor and leadership. Some of you are in a prison right now emotionally. Perhaps not physical walls, but emotional pain, anxiety, heartbreak, disappointment, fear, and maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you feel forgotten, but never think your current hardship is the final chapter of your life. Allah can change everything in a single moment. One sincere dua can change your destiny. One moment of patience can bring unimaginable reward. One test can transform your relationship with Allah forever. And wallahi, there are blessings hidden inside hardship that comfort could never teach you. Trials teach you humility. They teach you gratitude. They teach you sincerity. They remind you that this dunya was never meant to be perfect. They force your heart to look beyond this temporary world and reconnect with the one who controls all things. So when hardship visits your life, do not let it destroy your faith. Let it strengthen your connection with Allah. Cry if you need to cry. Feel the pain because even the prophets felt pain. But never lose hope in the mercy of Allah. Because sometimes the very thing you thought was breaking you is actually the thing Allah is using to build you into someone far stronger than you ever imagined. True strength in life is not measured by how loudly a person speaks, how powerful they appear, or how many people stand around them. Real strength is something much deeper, something quieter, something that lives inside the heart. It is the ability to remain calm when everything around you is falling apart. It is the ability to trust when nothing makes sense. It is the ability to keep walking forward even when the ground beneath you feels unstable. And this is why Tawakkul, reliance upon Allah, is not just a concept we talk about. It is a way of life that transforms the entire heart of a believer. You see, human beings naturally depend on what they can see. We depend on people, on money, on connections, on plans, on security systems, on relationships, on status. And there is nothing wrong with taking means, but the problem begins when the heart becomes attached to those means instead of the one who controls them. Because people can fail, plans can collapse, wealth can disappear, health can change overnight, relationships can break. And when the heart is only attached to creation, it will always experience fear, anxiety, and disappointment. But when a believer begins to understand Tawakkul, something beautiful happens inside them. They start to realize that everything in creation is under the command of Allah. Nothing moves without His permission, nothing happens without His wisdom, nothing reaches you except what was already written for you. So, instead of constantly chasing control, the heart begins to surrender control to the one who already has complete control. And let me be very clear about this. Tawakkul does not mean you stop trying. It does not mean you sit back and do nothing. It does not mean laziness or carelessness. True tawakkul is when you take every possible effort, you work hard, you make dua, you plan, you strive, but deep inside your heart, you are at peace with whatever Allah decides. That is strength, that is real confidence. That is the kind of strength that no human being can shake. There is a beautiful balance in Islam. The Prophet letter DFA himself tied his camel and then trusted Allah. He did not leave the camel loose and say, I trust Allah. No. He took action, then he trusted. And this is the lesson for every believer today. You do your part, but your heart is not attached to the result. Your heart is attached to Allah. When a person truly develops tawakkul, their anxiety begins to decrease. Why? Because anxiety comes from the fear of losing control. But when you believe that Allah is in control, you realize that you were never meant to control everything in the first place. You were only meant to obey, to try, and to trust. Think about how often we suffer because of expectations from people. We expect someone to support us and they don't. We expect someone to understand us and they don't. We expect someone to stand by us and they walk away, and each time our heart breaks a little more. But if your reliance is on Allah first, then even if people fail you, your foundation remains strong. Because people were never your ultimate source of support, Allah was. And when Allah becomes your source of strength, you begin to experience something very special, peace in uncertainty. The world may be uncertain, but your heart is not shaken. The world may be unpredictable, but your trust remains firm. The world may change its direction every day, but your connection with Allah keeps you steady. There are moments in life when you stand at a crossroads and you don't know which path to take. You make istikhara, you make dua, you ask people, you think, you overthink, you worry. And sometimes, even after all of that, the answer is still unclear. In those moments, tawakkul becomes your anchor. You say, Ya Allah, I have done what I can, now I leave the rest to you. And that surrender is not weakness, it is strength beyond imagination. Because only a strong heart can surrender fully to Allah without fear. Sometimes Allah delays what you want so that you learn to trust Him more than your timing. Sometimes Allah closes a door so that you stop depending on that door and start depending on Him alone. Sometimes Allah takes something away so that your heart returns to Him. And in those moments, tawakkul becomes your survival. There are people who lose sleep over things that have not even happened yet. They fear the future so much that they forget to live today. But the believer who has tawakkul says, whatever is written for me will reach me, no matter what, and whatever is not written for me will never reach me, no matter how hard I chase it. That realization brings calmness into the heart that no wealth can buy. You may not realize it, but half of your stress comes from trying to control things that Allah already controls perfectly. Your job is not to control outcomes. Your job is to trust the one who controls outcomes. And when you truly understand this, your relationship with Allah changes. You no longer see dua as just words, you see it as connection. You no longer see difficulty as punishment, you see it as redirection. You no longer see delays as rejection, you see them as divine timing. A believer with tawakkul is never truly lost. Even in confusion, they are guided. Even in delay, they are patient. Even in hardship, they are hopeful. Because their heart is not chained to the dunya, their heart is connected to the Lord of the worlds. And this is why Tawakkul is one of the greatest strengths a believer can have. It frees you from fear of people. It frees you from fear of failure. It frees you from fear of the unknown. Because you know that no matter what happens, you are in the care of Allah. So walk through life with effort in your hands, patience in your heart, and trust in your soul. Because the one who truly relies on Allah will never be abandoned, never be helpless, and never be lost. There is something deeply comforting that every believer must anchor their heart upon, and that is the unshakable truth that nothing in this universe happens outside the decree of Allah. Every breath you take, every moment you live, every success you achieve, every delay you experience, every door that opens and every door that closes, it is all written with absolute wisdom from the one who knows what you do not know. And when a person truly understands this, something powerful shifts inside them. They stop living in constant fear of people. They stop overthinking every situation. They stop believing that someone else holds their destiny in their hands. Because the believer begins to realize that no matter how strong a person may appear, no matter how clever their plans may seem, no matter how much effort they put into trying to harm or block you, they can never override what Allah has already written for you. People may try to compete with you. People may become jealous of you. People may speak against you. People may even plot against you in hidden ways that you do not see. But what they forget is that Allah is the best of planners. And when Allah plans for you, no human plan can ever stand against it, not because people are weak in your eyes, but because Allah's power is absolute and unmatched. Sometimes a person thinks that their success is due to people praising them, supporting them, or opening doors for them. And yes, Allah may use people as means, but those people are not the source. They are only instruments in the divine system of Allah. And sometimes Allah removes those very instruments to show you that your dependence was never meant to be on creation in the first place. You see, the believer lives between hope and submission. They hope for good from Allah, but they submit fully to whatever Allah decides. And this is where true peace lies, because if your heart is always chasing people's approval, you will never find rest. If your heart is always afraid of people's jealousy, you will always feel insecure. If your heart is always worried about what others are planning, you will never sleep peacefully. But when you understand that Allah is in control of everything, your heart begins to relax in a way the world cannot understand. There is a very important truth we must all reflect on. No one can take away what Allah has written for you, and no one can give you what Allah has not written for you. This is not just a statement to be repeated. It is a reality that must settle deeply into the heart. Your risk, your honor, your opportunities, your timing, your success, your protection, it is all already measured and decided by Allah with perfect wisdom. Sometimes people look at others and think, why do they have what I don't have? But they forget that Allah gives in different ways at different times for different reasons. What you see is not the full picture. What you see is not the complete story. What you see is not the final outcome. Allah sees everything from beginning to end, and His distribution is never random. It is always perfect, even when we do not understand it. There are moments in life when a person is blocked from something they desperately wanted. At that moment, it feels like loss. It feels like rejection. It feels like failure. But later in life, when clarity comes, they realize that what they thought was good for them would have actually harmed them. And what they thought was delay was actually protection. And what they thought was loss was actually mercy in disguise. This is why the believer does not rush to judge their situation. They do not assume that every closed door is punishment. They do not assume that every hardship is rejection. They understand that Allah is working behind the scenes in ways they cannot see. And one of the most beautiful aspects of this belief is that it frees the heart from hatred and revenge. Because when you truly believe that Allah is in control, you do not need to chase people for justice in an unhealthy way. You trust that Allah will handle every injustice in the most perfect manner. Every hurtful word, every betrayal, every Arabic, Dot Arabic, Lam Arabic, Meme, nothing is forgotten. Nothing is ignored, everything is recorded, so instead of carrying the burden of hatred, the believer learns to hand everything over to Allah. And that brings a level of peace that no worldly solution can offer, because carrying anger is heavy, but trusting Allah is light. Carrying revenge is exhausting, but trusting Allah is freeing. And remember, no matter how strong someone appears today, they are still under the command of Allah. A person who has power today may lose it tomorrow. A person who is healthy today may fall ill tomorrow. A person who is rich today may become in need tomorrow. Everything changes except Allah, who never changes. So why attach your heart to what changes when you can attach your heart to the one who never changes? The believer walks through life with this understanding. Ya Allah, I do not fear people because they are in your control. I do not fear situations because they are in your control. I do not fear the unknown because the unknown is known to you. And when a heart reaches this level, it becomes unshakable. Not because life becomes easy, but because the heart becomes rooted in something far greater than life itself. So live your life with calmness, not anxiety, with trust, not fear, with certainty, not doubt. Because what Allah has written for you will reach you with perfect timing, no matter who tries to stop it, and nothing in this world will ever stand between you and what is destined for you by the Lord of the heavens and the earth.